Lurking deep within the Himalayas is a terrifying creature secluded in deep snow and frostbite temperatures. The Yeti, or sometimes referred to as the abominable snowman, is an ape-like creature purported to inhabit the Himalayan mountain range in Asia. It is fully described as a large bipedal creature that is covered with brown, gray, or white hair, and is sometimes depicted as having large, sharp teeth. Sightings of the creature predate the 19th century. The Yeti was a part of the pre-Buddhist beliefs of several Himalayan people. The Lepcha people worshipped a glacier being as a god of the hunt. The being was depicted as an ape-like creature who carries a large stone as a weapon and makes a whistling swoosh sound. The Yeti was adopted into Tibetan Buddhism, where it is considered a non-human animal that is nonetheless human enough to sometimes be able to follow Dharma. Several stories feature Yetis becoming helpers and disciples to religious figures. In 1832, James Prisnep's Journal of the Asiatic Society of Bengal published an account by a trekker named B.H. Hodgson while in northern Nepal. His local guide spotted a tall bipedal creature covered with long dark hair, which seemed to flee in fear. Hodgson concluded that it was an orangutan. An early record of reported footprints appeared in 1899 in Lawrence Waddell's Among the Himalayas. Waddell reported his guide's description of a large ape-like creature that left the prints, which Waddell thought were made by a bear. Waddell heard stories of bipedal ape-like creatures, but wrote that none, however, of the many Tibetans I have interrogated on this subject could ever give me an authentic case. On the most superficial investigation, it always resolved into something that somebody heard tell of. The frequency of reports increased during the early 20th century, when Westerners began making determined attempts to scale the many mountains in the area, and occasionally reported seeing odd creatures or strange tracks. Western interest in the Yeti peaked dramatically in the 1950s. While attempting to scale Mount Everest in 1951, Eric Shipton took photographs of a number of large prints in the snow at about 20,000 feet above sea level. These photos have been subject to intense scrutiny and debate. Some argue they are the best evidence of the Yeti's existence, while others contend the prints are those of mundane creature that have been distorted by the melting snow. Sightings during the 20th century would soar. Descriptions would range from bipedal creatures to even those walking upright and back down on all fours. In 2004, Henry Gee, editor of the journal Nature, mentioned the Yeti as an example of folk belief deserving further study. A Yeti was reportedly captured in 2011 in Russia. Initially, the story claimed that a hunter reported having seen a bear-like creature trying to kill one of his sheep, but after he fired his gun, the creature ran into a forest on two legs. The story then claimed that Border Patrol soldiers captured a hairy two-legged female creature similar to a gorilla that ate meat and vegetation. This was later revealed as a hoax. In April of 2019, an Indian Army mountaineering expedition team claimed to have spotted mysterious Yeti footprints measuring 32 inches by 15 inches near their base camp. The misidentification of Himalayan wildlife has been proposed as an explanation for some Yeti sightings. These creatures include the Chute monkey and the Tibetan blue bear. Some speculate these reported creatures could be present-day specimens of an extinct giant ape Gigantopithecus. However, the Yeti is generally described to be bipedal, and most scientists believe Gigantopithecus to have been quadrupedal, and so massive that unless it involved specifically as a bipedal ape, walking upright would have been even more difficult for the now extinct primate than it is for its distant quadrupedal relative, the orangutan. The Yeti has continued to remain a popular cryptid as it has taken over in pop culture. Nevertheless, there may still be a creature out in the snowy mountains in Asia, just waiting for its next meal.